If you are anything like me and are just thinking, you know what, dog ownership is kind of tough, and you got a home here, welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state, nation, world that we live in. And sorry, a little late to the jump here. Some construction going on in the studio, and all of my lights were moved and restored to factory setting. So I turned them on to start the show and then blinded. So yeah, so that's that. There we go. So thank you for being here. Love hanging out with you. If you knew what was going on, let me peel back the curtain a little bit and let you know what's been going on for the last week or so. Last Wednesday, we said, what's up, Lynn? Last Wednesday, we said we were going to just take a couple days off, Thursday, Friday, and we were going to just kind of work on the show, all of the things that we needed to do. And the same thing for in other news, the political show that I do. But as my father always said, hey, life happens when you're making other plans, and life definitely did happen. So let me fill you in if I could. Rhonda, Jim, what's happening, y'all? Good to see you, Eddie. Thanks for hanging out. I want to fill you in on this thing. I alluded to it last week, and I promise, Lynn, we're going to get to the Condors. I promise we are. Today is a dog day. Today is all about the dogs, because last week I told you that I have an interesting view of death, and I think somebody chimed in. It was either Eddie or Grizz with me being kind of dexterish. No, not dexterish. I just have an interesting view of death. And to not bury the lead, so you know, Queen Bee had to put down my hospice child. I was his hospice dad. The end of his life, Sabbath, beautiful black lab. You're gonna see some pics of him in just a moment. And then what happened after that just shows that us as dog lovers, us as outdoorsmen and women that celebrate the dogs. Hey, listen, sometimes, Lynn, it might be, I gotta tell you, sometimes it might be my dogs, if you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But even if my dogs went down, I have the same view of death. I just do. And it was one thing that Queen Bee told me a long time ago, and I'm gonna butcher it, is don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. I know, kind of life-changing when you think like that, right? You go, okay, well, that's a really damn good way to look at things. And, but there's things that tear you up. There's things that really, really do. So when Queen Bee and I started dating, I just latched onto this dog. I lost my dog in the divorce, and I latched onto this dog because I knew he was not really going to be around for a while. He's an old dude with bad hips and just could barely, 100 pounds. Sad man, hundo. He was a bill if he was an ounce. Okay. So I had to raise him. And Brendan, you're right. That is, the don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened is a lot easier said than done. It is definitely well said there. But I had to lift this lump in and out of the truck. Okay. My 49-year-old dad bod just deadlifting 100 pounds because he would give it the old college try because he's a dog. He knows how to get into a truck. So he'd give it the old kind of like, I'm gonna raise my shoulders. So I had to time that. And I had the left arm under the chest, the right arm was junk adjacent. And I just had to kind of time when he was going to kind of lift his shoulders, and I just kind of launch him into the back there. And he would either come from her house, my house, her house. Either way, we get down the street and he's hollering out the window, just so happy to be where he is. Dog was awesome. Let me show you Sad Man. Sad Man in Fernando Tortosuela, just kind of hanging out in my backyard. So that is that's the Sad Man right there. And that in the background is Fernando Tortosuela. If you guys see my little dinosaur back there. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Jim, yeah, dog ramps did not work with him. He just stared at it. He was a lab. Come on, y'all. Don't make me say it. Don't make me say it because I'm talking about my Sad Man. Labs are not intelligent. I'm sorry. They're beautiful. They're wonderful. They're loving. They're caring. They're amazing. They're great duck dogs. They're just awesome. but they aren't the most intelligent of breeds. Okay, let's just put it that way. Dog ramps did not work. Did not work. So there's my sad man chilling in the backyard. That's where he got all his marrow bones. Got the bison marrow bones. He loved those. And one, I didn't get the video from Queen Bee. It's funny because when I see Fernando Tortosuela out there, if I can't really zoom in, but you'll see that there's a change of coloration right under Fernando's chin. That's lettuce. So when I see him out there, I'll just throw a head of lettuce out there. He eats most of the grass anyway, but I'll throw some lettuce out there. A great video, one of Sabbath's last days. I threw a bunch out there for Fernando, and Sabman went out to have a little potty break, and he just laid down right next to Fernando and just started chomping the lettuce with him. He's like, dude, I didn't know we were going to eat. I didn't know it was time. And again, he's a lab, so he could, there's nothing he doesn't eat. It's always time to eat when you're a lab. That's why you don't run into a lot of thin labs, because wherever it is, okay? So again, getting back to this, we know we're at the end of his life. And one of the coolest things that happened was we got to take him to Mexico. And I got to fish with my homie. We caught a fish together. It was a pain in the took us to get him down the beach and to the water. But he got to the water, he's like, plop, and done. Just like, I'm good. There we go. All right, y'all just go do your thing. I don't know, play Frisbee, put some sunscreen on, get on a banana boat, do some fishing. I'm right here. I'm good. Like, there was no reason for him to leave unless somebody had food. And so the vendors come along the beach and all that, people come along the beach, so the dogs on the beach did not care. He was just going to, he was going to make it, he's just going to make it his own spot. And that's why I dug about it. So you see, it's these things that I'm like, I know in my heart, I know in my soul, this is his last beach adventure. I know that. But I don't know and I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else that cries and mourns over these kinds of things, but I am stoked to be in that moment with a cool outdoor dog that's just chilling in the water, just hanging out. And I'm telling you, what he's lying on right there, those rocks, and I go, not comfortable. But to him, very comfortable, because he's good. Nice, cool water, ocean breeze. He's just doing his thing. He's loving it. And I'm like, that is it. So I know dogs don't live to be 80 years old. Dogs don't have human life expectancies. When I get a dog, or when I adopt a dog, like I adopted him in his last year and a half, I knew it was coming. So when it was coming and it was time, and trust me, it was time. Sad man was out of gas, just out of life's gas. His tank was empty. And I encouraged Queen Bee. I said, it's time. It really is time. And it was. And it was so devastating for the family that had been with him for 10 plus years, almost 11 years. And he just, it was crushing. And I, at these times, like when my bird dog Django, when Django died, I wasn't sobbing, and he died out of nowhere. He died at 5 of lymphoma. But I know that this is a temporary situation, so love them as hard as you can while you have them there. Give them the very best life you can. Get them outdoors in I do not care what species the dog is. Dogs are genuinely God's gift to humans. So give them that life. Don't ignore them. The reason why they're so stoked to see you when you get home is because they thought you were gone. And they're like, yes, my dude's back. And they flip out because you're their world. So I know that now. And I missed that opportunity with my first dog, Champ, because I didn't really treat him like that. And I've always regretted it because such a fantastic dog. This dog, half lab, half boxer, 100 pounds like Sab. And I'm sorry, Sab, but God rest your soul. Sab. Champ was pure muscle. He looked like Bruce Lee. I mean, just yoked out. And so, but I never gave him the time that I give every other dog because I didn't give the time to him. And now it is in every which way, get them out the door, get them in the truck, take them on the camping trip, whatever it is, they got to come along. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Rhonda. Yeah. I think this is a lot of ways. Yeah. My dog loses her mind when I wake up in the morning. She's not that way with my husband. Ouch. It's okay because she sees you as the alpha and she's just happier there. And she's, yeah. Yeah, Jim, I feel 10 years is good. Any more than that is great. Always understand they're gone before 12. It's a great way to look at it, Jim. And I appreciate you saying that. And I think it was Queen Bee's dad that said, they've got to go when they're still dogs. Not when that life's out of them. When that life's out of them, I mean, they just that has to be the roughest thing. Could you imagine? Say if Sad Man's still alive, he's got an enlarged heart, he's got fluid around his heart, he can barely breathe, his hips are shot. Like, he's like, y'all, I'm not alive, not a dog no more. And I didn't really have a voice for him. It's kind of snuffleupagus-ish. Thanks for playing. Appreciate you being here, Mike. That's the voice I had for myself. And I got to tell you though, he did look good in a Go Show hat. He looked great in a Go Show hat. He did. Yep. Just kind of hanging out with him there at the end. And so I got to tell you, one of the Queen Bee had, and this is how these 4 days that I took off, this is how the days shaped up. So Queen Bee actually had a mobile vet come over and do this. And she's been she's done that in the family twice now. And she's a fantastic woman. She's a vet that just goes, and I mean, could you imagine that's your gig? I mean, seriously, could you imagine? Your gig is to go into a home where the whole family's crying, and your job is to put that dog down. Come on. Nope. Not for me. Not for me. No way in the world. No way. Oh, man. But I'm telling you. So it's a tough thing. So here's what Queen Bee requested. She said, Sad Man's been part of me and the girl's family for 10 years. I'd like the girls, myself, and my mom to be there. My dad is kind of about these kinds of things. If you and my dad, I'm not kidding, this was the ask. If you and my dad can go have a drink while this is going down and meet us right after it goes down in the front of the house, you guys can help carry Sad Man out. What the body that used to be Sad Man, you can carry him to the vet's car. And I was like, wow, okay, that's a job. Okay, I'm in, signed up. I'm in for the, and she knows, she understands my view of death. She just gets it. And let me give you the human version of this. When my grandmother was on her deathbed, she was at Mayo. And my two uncles, my mom, my sister, and myself were standing around her bed. And it was basically a comedy routine. So much so that the nurses station, they brought us dinner so we wouldn't leave because they were having fun listening to us. Because we're laughing. I mean, we knew it. She knew it. As a matter of fact, Grandma would doze off and she would wake up like this. She'd go, and then she'd look around and go, she was like, I'm in heaven. This is not heaven. Nope. That's the way we view it. As a matter of fact, that day I went to work. Everybody's like, oh, no, you should go home. I got a radio show to do. I'll hang with the family later. They're all sitting around, telling more jokes. The only thing I'm missing out on is jokes and fun life stories. So, like my mom on my grandfather's deathbed, my mom said, Dad, tell us your favorite war story. He looks over at my grandma, goes, I can't tell you my favorite war stories. We cut it up. It's how we do. Anyway, fast forward back to Sabbath. I know I'm getting the story going here. This is what happened over my last week. So it happened. Queen Bee's distraught. I say, just go in with the girls, love on the girls, go over there. Your dad and I got this. So my man Sab is on a blanket. And so I just kind of look around. I'm like, okay, we'll do the blanket carry thing. So I say, you take that side, I take this side. So I'm walking backwards, doing one of these things. 100 pounds if he's an ounce. Doing this thing. Gotta go to, and it's just awkward. We get it all the way out to the street because that's where the vet parked her car. Got it all the way out to the street. And she looks at us with her chin on the floor. And I'm like, is everything okay? She goes, I thought you guys were just going to go there and say goodbye to Sab. I have a stretcher. In our defense, we were told to have a drink before we came over, but holy mackerel. Yeah. Yeah. We're like, of course you do. Okay, let's just go ahead and put him on this. Oh, this is embarrassing. So embarrassing. But it was like some gift with purchase Victoria's Secret blanket that my man Sab was escorted to his hearse on, and it wasn't very Paul Bear-esque, but Queen Bee's dad and I thought that if the only three males that are represented in this tribe can see one off that way, that's the way we want to do it, with a good smile and a good laugh, and mostly a good screw up after that. Okay, so Sab gone and Queen Bee distraught. Again, outdoorsman, I'm thinking, here's this opportunity. Maybe I can plant a seed. Maybe there's some German short hairs that need to be rescued, if you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Yeah, try to plant a lot of seeds. That didn't work. The very next day, and I think this is totally rad. The very next day, one of the reasons I love this woman, the very next day, she goes, you know what we're doing today? We're just going to go look. I'm like, at breeders? Nope, we're going to the pound. And I know exactly which one we're going to. We're going to Maricopa County. We're going to the big one. That's what we're going to do today. I said, okay. Me, Captain Purebred GSP guy, German short hair pointer, for those that are in the crew, just stud hunting dogs. And by the way, if you're in the mood for a hunting dog, you want a hunting dog, just get down to Bear Paw, down way south. I mean, talking border south, right? Yeah. So, Brennan, I think this is a great segue. Thank you very much for that. A wonderful segue. Y'all, this was my first time to a pound. I've never been there. I had no idea what to expect. Maybe some, movies I saw or something like that, and it's all depressing and stuff. Roll in, and God bless Maricopa County. I really do. And I don't praise government, but this is like a hospital, like a kind of a hospital resort daycare-ish kind of, like, damn. And do they have a lot of dogs? If I could slow down somehow legally breeding of pit bulls, I think we're going to cut the population of pounds in half, because the majority of them were some sort of pit mix. I'm not knocking pits. It just is. You see what you see. The evidence is there. But I see these cute animals. And I'm like, there's so many times I'm thinking, like, either A, something's got to be seriously wrong with this dog, because that is a cute dog and is well behaved, and why the hell is it here? There's some that have been rescued and had collars, and they got to give them 72 hours before they put them up for adoption. They have some that are like fast track for adoption. But we're going through what is like, building A, building B, building C. I really probably didn't need to go through the order, because you get it. It's alphabetical. And it's starting to feel prison-like to me. Like, it's starting to feel like I'm getting this really bad vibe. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And we run into a few that she saw online, and I was like, okay, well, okay, let's yes, demeanor no. There were a couple that from the inside that we wanted to chat with, that she and this is all her call, that she wanted to kind of sit down with. I was there with a list on my phone that she had me give. She goes, you keep me to this list. These are the items that I need. I think there are 5 items in a dog. You need to keep me on track. I said, got you. 2 dogs came in, fantastic, bouncing all over, jumping on my head, big, going to be cool dogs, this and that. And one was like, oh, yeah, we really like this one, really like this one. And I'm like, boom, here's the list. And she's like, thank you. That's not the one we want. I'm like, whoo, that one had some energy. I forget which one that is. But I'm telling you, it was just, these are all just cool dogs. And you want to take them all. Again, y'all, I have a huge dog print tattoo on the back of my leg. Like, I am a dog nut. So I go to this place and I'm thinking, dang, I could take half of them home. Why don't I have 50 acres? I want them all. Let's go. And again, y'all might not know if I win the Powerball, but there will be signs. That's one of them. Mike's out on a ranch with about probably 15 dogs. That's it. Mm-hmm. Yes. So anyway, I got tiring. It just got tiring. The place was like on a swamp cooler, and it's like, ugh, you know, and it's just you had to go up to the front desk and say, I want to look at this dog, and then they have you wait, and then they pull you into the thing, give you the rules, you got to wait again, and then they bring the dog in, and then it's a kind of a yes or no kind of thing. And I said, this Rhonda, yes, yes, getting land and all the dogs. Let's go. Just pack them up. Do you want to see them? No. Just go ahead. The truck's outside right there. Let's go. So it's just getting tiring. It's just we've been there for hours, and and I'm actually enjoying kind of hanging out with these dogs, seeing new dogs, and it was really neat. And I just said, hey, didn't you want to see this one dog that we saw in the small dog section? By the way, when we went into the small dog section, I was about to just grab one out of the kennel and go, let's go. I'm taking this one. I don't care what she wants. She can get what she wants. I'm going to try to back up so you can see this. But there was this dog that was laying in his kennel. It was a smaller dog. It was a small little kennel. And he had his leg up like this and his head between his hand behind his head like this. And he was just showing his boys. He was like, y'all just check this out. Good breeding stock right here. And he just stared with his with his hand back there, his leg up, and he's like, check out his manhood. Oh my gosh. But right below him was this little cute dog that just seemed like he was just sickly. He didn't have a bunch of energy. And we're like, okay, let's kind of move. Let's kind of go to the next room. She goes, you know something? I want to see that dog. And I said, okay, all right, let's go ahead and check out that dog. This dog came in. Y'all, I'm not kidding. Cute as a button, just cute as can be. And the dog couldn't stand up. Y'all hear me right? I'm looking for a stud of a hunting dog to take home. I'm looking for this athlete just ready to roll, potty trained, and let's do this, Dad. Let's get in the truck. Head out to the club. Dove season. That's what I'm looking for. This dog could barely move. Got something wrong with his back leg. Didn't have a lot of energy. Just kind of went like Bambi on the ice. Just whoop, all fours down like this. Queen bee picks him up. Starts asking questions. As she does. She goes, yep, this is the one. In cartoon fashion, my chin goes, okay, all right. This is your call, as my grandfather would say. Tally ho the fox, let's get it. And they said they're going to put the dog, get his his marbles cut, because that's the rules apparently in the pound life. So they're saying it's 6 months, and it just got snipped the next morning, and the next afternoon it was just Friday. We got to go pick it up, and I pick it up, and the vet's like, hey, listen, checked its back legs out, and it's got some issues. As a matter of fact, on the notes that we didn't even get to see, the vet that performed the marble cutting said not healthy. Dog's not healthy. So we get the dog over to Queen Bee's house. The girls take over Rover and just start loving on this dog. You know me, y'all know me. I'm on Amazon. I'm like, I want cool blankets and I want a cool collar. And I'm like, yeah, let's take care of this dog too. I want to spoil this dog. Because again, my view of death, like in like Sabbath and later in life, I just wanted him to be happy all the time. I wanted him to feel loved. So if this dog has any issues, I want this dog to feel nothing but love. I ain't kidding y'all. You ready to see this thing? You guys want to see this thing? I introduce you to. Now, okay. Sabbath. Here's Sabbath, right? Sabbath, Black Lab, right? His name, Black Sabbath. Mm-hmm. All right. Go ahead and meet Ozzy.
Hi.
Here's Ozzy, y'all. There he is. Uh-huh. There he is in all his glory, in all his little tiny glory. The Oz. One ear constantly up, one ear constantly bent. I think that is super cool looking. That is Ozzy. So Ozzy is what we think is some sort of Australian cattle dog, ACD for the cool kids. and it could be a what's called a Kelpie. Queen Bee went on Facebook and said, look, y'all, I know it's some sort of a cattle dog. So he went to cattle dog groups and said, anybody help me out with what this dog is. And so last night we did the little cheek swab and sent that in, and we'll find out what the heck this dog is. But it is very much, yeah. Here we go. Yep. He's gonna get bigger. Looking at those paws, we do know this. It's funny that I believe now. Oops, on the wrong count. No, be on the right count, but you're right here. You're all good, dude. It's all good. No, and but the and we'll give a shout out to the band. So good, but the pound, I'm pretty sure, just takes a stab at 6 months. Some kind of a dog with some kind of, it's a dog that might be kind of a healerish. They just take a stab at this. This dog is not 6 months old. This dog is not 6 months old. This dog is puppy of puppies. And it actually, oh, really? Okay. All right. Best thing is Dynovite. So that stuff actually works, y'all. Help me out with that, guys. All right. So Jim's saying that Dynovite actually works. I've heard a lot about it. So I might check that out, because this dog's going to go to have a first vet visit on, I'm sorry, this dog, I apologize. Ozzy's going to have his first visit on Friday. I'm sure they'll juice him up with some kind of roid, because he was small. He's growing so fast. Like in the 5 days, he's probably put on 5 pounds. So yeah, he was actually found Central Phoenix, somewhere off Roosevelt, just alone, and somebody brought him in. So the dog's got a lot of issues, and not issues like bad issues. Smart as hell, by the way. This dog has peed in the house in 5 days, one time. Goes outside, goes out to the back, does the little thing, yep, right back in, it's absolutely crazy. But they yeah, okay, so Brenda said they thought your dog was 1.5 years. He was probably 3 to 4 months. I think they guess. So they throw a dart at a wall and hope it just is. See what it is. Dynovite. Okay, guys. All right. Because I just keep thinking of JJ Walker talking about Dynamite. Okay, Dynovite. I'm all about that. But yeah, he is going to get bigger. So they're like, oh, no. He's 15 pounds now. He's probably almost, probably has about 4 or 5 more months to grow. So not going to get much bigger than this. B and S. Yeah, I'm guessing we're gonna max him out maybe at 45 pounds. He's gonna be a good sized dog, and he already has all of the healer vibes to him, all of the cattle dog vibes to him. He just kind of nips at the heels. He gets behind you and makes sure that you're moving forward, as most herding dogs do. So he is he's so cool, so mellow. Throw some puppy in him every now and again, but the puppy's coming out more and more every day, that he's getting healthier and getting all the supplements that Queen Bee got him in the good food. And so we'll keep it going. But Dynovite, you guys, thank you so much for the recommendation. Yeah. Okay. So bones, coat, smell, everything. Definitely check it out. Okay, Jim, I definitely will. Yeah, because they did at the old radio station. They're always they played that at the old radio station, which always made me a little bit cautious, because I'm like, they got to be charging too much if they can afford these rates. It ain't cheap to advertise on the radio. So, hey, my man, Lynn, I'm getting to the Condors. I promise we're gonna do that tomorrow. But I thought I wanted to share that story with you guys. It was just a fun transition that we've gone through. Some harder for others. Harder for others in some aspects, and just very, very rewarding all in the end, right? Rough Greens is another great supplement. Okay, you guys are the best. You got a girl at 10 weeks, 25 pounds. That was 1.5 years ago. 95 pounds on her way to 110. Good Lord. Okay. Yeah, they grow. But I'm excited. I'm excited to get. I got him up in the truck. Try to make a little Starbucks run, and he was no bueno in the truck right now. He's a little kind of freaked out by it. So we'll see. But I want to throw him. I just want to say, kennel up. Just see him just jump in the truck, and away we roll to whatever adventure we want to do. As hiking, camping, hopefully hunting and fishing. So there you go. Thank you so much for allowing me to share that story. It was a lot of fun to share that with y'all, because you guys are part of my daily life. So there we go. All right. So we will keep you posted on the adventures of Ozzy as he grows and gets healthy. So we're going to do that each and every day right here at 11 o'clock on The Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors, this beautiful outdoor playground of the state, nation, world that we live in. Share it, like it, send it out. And, TikTok coming soon. Believe it or not. That's right. It's going to happen right here on The Go Show. Have a great day, everyone.